Hi, my name is Addie Knight, and today I'll be playing an RD, and my brother John Knight will be playing my patient. Hi, TB. My name is Addie. How are you doing today?
I'm not doing so well.
I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that after we talk today and make a few changes that you will start to feel better. I understand from your chart that you were recently in the emergency room. Could you tell me more about that?
Sure, I have not been able to breathe well. My sister got nervous and called 911.
Yes, I see here that you have had shortness of breath over the last year. What do you know about the health risks of being overweight?
I know that I am overweight, but I used to be healthy and play football. Back when I ate all the same stuff I do now and didn't have all the health implications that I now do. My doctor says I'm obese and that I am increasing my chances of developing associated diseases like cardiovascular diseases and diabetes.
It sounds as if you're well informed on the risks of obesity. What I'm hearing is that you know that you are obese and that you know that you're at risk of developing one or more chronic diseases. How does that make you feel? And is losing weight something that interests you?
I mean, I don't feel good about it, but I love food. I've always loved food. My mom and my sister cook whatever I want, and they always buy me my favorite things. Food is my escape from reality, but I do want to lose weight. I do not like feeling like this at 27 years old.
It sounds like there are some social connotations associated with food for you. Could you elaborate on that?
I'm escaping from the fact that I'm unemployed. I used to drive tractor trailers, but I was fired because of my weight, and that led me to gain more weight. I also used to have a group of friends who I no longer see because they always make fun of my weight.
I can tell that being laid off and that the hurtful words from your friends have made a lasting impression on you.
I don't like to admit it, but yeah, they have. That is why I use food as a form of escape.
I understand why you would feel the need to escape from reality. For many of my patients in the past, using exercise has been one of the best ways to provide escape from these daily stressors. Since you used to be an athlete, would you be interested in getting involved in exercise again?
I want nothing more than to be involved in sports again, but if I walk even 50 feet, I can't breathe.
That must be very difficult for you. Well, your doctor has prescribed you a very low-calorie diet. If we can implement this diet, we could possibly get you back to breathing normally soon, improve your lab values, and ultimately get you back to participating in sports. Does that sound good to you?
A very low-calorie diet sounds terrible to me, since I love food. But if you think it will allow me to play sports again and to breathe normally, then I'm willing to give it a try. What do you mean by improve my lab values? The doctor mentioned them, but he didn't elaborate on what they mean.
That is a great question, and I'm glad that you asked. Doctors don't often have time to spend with their patients. Let's first look at your anthropometrics. Being 6'3", you should weigh around 200 pounds to achieve a healthy BMI, but any weight loss is an accomplishment. I see that around 9 years ago your BMI was around 35, and today it is around 70. Your high BMI and your weight of 552 pounds is what made your doctor refer you to me, and to prescribe you a very low-calorie diet. In regards to your question about your lab values, we first see that you have an elevated glucose level. What do you know about blood glucose levels?
I know that glucose means sugar, so is it measuring sugar in my blood?
That's correct. Blood glucose is measuring the sugar in your blood. A normal value for fasting blood glucose is 70 to 110 milligrams per deciliter, and yours is 145, putting you at risk of developing diabetes.
Diabetes? Wow, I don't want to get no diabetes. What do the other numbers and labs mean?
You can see here that your MCH levels were low. MCH measures hemoglobin in your red blood cells, and hemoglobin is responsible for carrying oxygen to the blood from your lungs. And since you're having breathing trouble, this can alter your MCH values.
Okay, I understand that. What was the doctor telling me about pH balance and acidity?
He was probably trying to inform you that you had a mildly acidic pH. When your pH gets low, that could be indicative of your lungs not expiring CO2 properly.
Why can't my lungs get rid of CO2?
Your organs have to work fairly hard to manage your body functions when you put them into stressful conditions. If you look here at these lab values, you have a low HCO3. HCO3 is bicarb. A low level of bicarb is indicative of metabolic acidosis and can occur if the kidney is overworking to compensate for a respiratory condition. Additionally, your high PaCO2 levels are due to your shortness of breath.
So not only are my lungs going bad, but my kidneys are too. If this VLCD can improve my lab values like you said, does that mean it will make my lungs and kidney better and reduce my chance of getting diabetes?
I do understand your concern, but to answer your question, yes. Even a modest weight loss of 5 to 10% of your body weight can reduce your chances of developing a chronic disease and can improve your lab values. I also see that in addition to having shortness of breath, you are also experiencing fatigue, severe depression, tachycardia, deep vein thrombosis, and polycythemia. What questions do you have about your clinical diagnosis from your doctor?
Well, I know what fatigue and perspiration are, obviously. I figured out what the rest are from using Google. Tachycardia is a rapid heartbeat. Deep vein thrombosis is a blood clot, and that is the reason I'm having swelling in my leg. Polycythemia is an increased level of red blood cells, and it said on Google that can be because of blood clots.
It sounds like you really did your homework, TB. Although Google does not always provide accurate information, it sounds like you're aware of what is going on in your body. I commend you on being aware and on striving to stay informed. That shows me that you are taking an interest in your health. Because of your symptoms, your nutritional diagnosis is obese class 3 related to excessive energy intake as evidenced by BMI, weight gain, inactivity, and diet history. What questions do you have about that diagnosis?
None, really. It seems pretty self-explanatory to me. You are right, though. I'm interested in my health, even though it is not always reflected. My biggest problem is my love for food.
I understand the enjoyment of food. Tell me, what are some of your favorite foods to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
For breakfast, I eat my mom's French toast or a waffle, a side of bacon, and a couple of eggs scrambled with cheese. For lunch, I often eat quick stuff like packaged things from the grocery store, McDonald's, and Subway. My favorite sandwich at Subway is the Italian sub. I love my mom's lasagna and my sister's macaroni. Italian food is my favorite type of food.
Home-cooked meals are great, aren't they? I am of Italian descent myself and greatly appreciate home-cooked Italian foods. I commend you on getting the Italian sub. I know that comes with several different vegetables on it like lettuce, tomato, onion, and peppers. What do you typically drink with these meals?
I have coffee at breakfast with extra cream and sugar. I also have a large glass of orange juice. At lunch, I get the combo meal that comes with a soda. I usually fill up the soda a couple of times. For dinner, I drink more soda. Coke is my favorite, but sometimes I have orange soda instead. Sporadically throughout the day, I will drink a small glass of water.
Drinking water is great. I'm glad to see that you are incorporating that into your daily regimen. Water is not only a good dehydrator, but it has the ability to reduce your blood glucose level by diluting your blood. According to my notes, you're consuming almost 5,000 calories per day, where you should be consuming around 2,000 for a healthy body weight. What are your thoughts on implementing the recommended very low-calorie diet to jumpstart your weight loss?
Could you explain the VLCD to me more? I heard a little bit about it at my doctor's appointment, but I started to zone out when the doctor started using all these big words that I didn't understand. Is it going to make me hungry all the time?
The VLCD is a design formula that equates to 800 calories, 70 grams of protein, and 100 grams of carbohydrates per day. This is far fewer calories than you have been used to consuming, so because of this, you may experience hunger until your body begins to adjust. Additionally, on the VLCD, you will have restricted sodium levels at 2 grams and restricted caffeine levels at 300 milligrams. You'll be receiving fluid through your prescribed liquid diet, but you should consume 2 quarts of water as well. Although VLCDs are a good quick weight loss tool, they are not safe for the long term, as your body will begin to need more calories to operate. Due to this, VLCDs are only employed for about 3 months' time.
They weren't kidding when they said very low calorie, were they? I'm not sure about this.
It is a significant decrease, but it will promote rapid weight loss. What are the factors making it difficult for you to commit to this VLCD?
My mom and sister's cooking is what is making it difficult for me to commit. If I smell the lasagna or macaroni, I will have to eat it, and that will ruin my diet. I wonder if they would consider not making it for these 3 months. I feel like that is the only way. They really do want to see me healthy again, so I know that they won't make it if I ask them.
What a great idea. From what you have told me, it does sound like your mom and sister are very supportive of you. Are there any other factors making it difficult for you to commit?
The only thing I really love is the Italian food. I guess if that is out of the picture, I would be okay. I can do this.
You can do this, and I'm happy to hear you sounding so confident in yourself. On a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being not confident and 10 being extremely confident, where would you rank yourself?
I'm thinking about a 9. That is if my mother and sister agree to stop making their delicious Italian meals.
That is a valid concern that you have. What can we do to bring you up to a 10?
Make food have no calories? That would be great.
It is nice to see that you have developed a sense of humor about the topic. A 9 is an incredible confidence score, however. In 3 months, after your VLCD concludes and you are eating food again, we will come back and address some of the dietary changes that you can make to continue with your weight loss. Our primary intervention right now, though, is your very low-calorie diet. How does beginning this starting Monday sound to you?
Monday sounds good. I'm ready to make the changes. It will be hard to be without my Italian food while on this liquid diet for 3 months, but I see the end reward and the importance of getting control of my health.
You're right, it will be a challenge. The end reward will make it worth it, and I'm glad that you can see that. In addition to the VLCD, we will initiate 50 milliequivalents of vitamin K supplement because you're taking heparin. Vitamin K must remain at a constant level. Additionally, a calcium supplement of 800 milligrams per day will need to be taken. How do you think you can manage taking these supplements consistently?
I am a very ritualistic person. I can put the supplements in the kitchen and take them in the morning when I have a cup of water.
That's an excellent solution. I will be here monitoring you throughout the process. I will meet with you once per week at these appointments. I will look at your lab values that will have been taken by your doctor at your biweekly appointment. Once you conclude the VLCD, you will be placed on Whole Foods again, and at that point we can establish further nutrition interventions.
Awesome. I can already tell that meeting with you is helping a lot. I will need the extra encouragement. Also, I'm already looking forward to that whole food eating period.
I'm sure that you are. So to recap from the beginning, we decided on initiating the VLCD as your doctor ordered, starting on Monday. In addition to that, you agreed to take a vitamin K and calcium supplement, increase your fluid intake to 2 quarts per day, and reduce your caffeine intake to 300 milligrams per day. Does that still sound okay to you?
Still sounds like a plan to me.
Great. You'll be seeing your doctor bi-weekly, and I will be seeing you weekly. At our weekly appointments, I will go over your lab values that your doctor will be taking twice per week. We discussed your altered lab values already. Those are the ones that your doctor and I will monitor through blood and urine sampling. Your vitamin K levels will also be monitored in the same way, due to your taking heparin. Additionally, I will evaluate your weight and BMI using standard anthropometric techniques. To monitor your symptoms, I would like it if you kept a daily journal documenting any changes. For example, if on Tuesday you can walk 50 feet without feeling out of breath, and on Friday you can walk 100 feet without feeling out of breath, I would like you to write that down. Journaling the results of your diet will help you feel accomplished and will assist in your efforts to lose weight. I would typically ask you to keep a food journal, but since your meals are planned for you, we will initiate the food journal when we begin to incorporate solid foods back into your diet. How do you feel about the journal idea?
Even though journaling sounds a little feminine to me, I guess I have nothing else to do right now. I am still unemployed. There is a break in my television schedule during the day between 3 and 4. I could use that hour to write down any changes or go on a walk and see how long before I feel like I'm out of breath.
That's a great idea. An hour to journal is more than enough time. Further going back to what you told me about your friends leading you to overeat to escape reality, I would like to put you in contact with a psychiatrist who can help you work through some of these feelings and assist in your efforts to prevent overeating in the future. What are your thoughts on that?
A psychiatrist? I'm not crazy. It is normal to be upset when people poke fun of you. I don't need to go somewhere to talk about my feelings.
You are right. It is normal to be upset when that happens. What I'm hearing from you is a reluctance to visit a psychiatrist out of fear of being labeled crazy.
Yeah, because I'm not crazy.
I understand your concern about being labeled. How would you feel about committing to just one appointment now, and at our next visit we will evaluate it if it's something that you're interested in continuing?
I guess one appointment won't hurt. I will have to keep it a secret from my friends, though. They would really make fun of me then.
You're committing to one appointment is a giant step in your healing process. I'm proud of you for your flexibility.
Thank you. But I'm not saying that I am going to like it.
Understandable. I think that we have covered just about all that we can for one session. What final questions do you have for me?
I think you have answered them all.
If If that is the case, why don't we conclude here, and I will see you on Monday for the initiation of your VLCD. Looking forward to seeing you.
That's good.
All right, thanks, buddy.